Okay.
I thought it was Kaifabe.
No, we're not doing this now.
Kaifabe is Japanese.
Kaifabe means...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Stupid entomology dictionary doesn't have an kayfabe.
Alright, so... Last time, we're doing this game now because everyone's here. So, last time you guys talked to the Fast Food Cabal and turned them down.
Really smart.
Yeah, no, very smart what you've done.
Narrowly.
I love being the devil's advocate.
Look,
So...
nobody ever accused JP of being smart.
Yeah, no, and then, someone, Mr. Ideal, the owner of Ideal Pizza, cast a cancer curse on Bob, but, some shenanigans happened when I rolled the dice, so... Mostly that Mr. Ideal has cancer.
He gave himself reverse cancer.
Yeah, he magicked so hard he's given himself cancer. Or, honestly, more likely, popcorn lung, because he vapes, which, if you don't know what popcorn lung is, you should definitely not look it up with your girlfriend over at your house.
Excuse me,
When
there's
you
been
eat
no
popcorn
conclusive
so quickly
study
that you inhale some of it.
that vaping causes popcorn lung. If you look at my links.
Oh my god. So, let's start. So, Professor Johnson, we're just gonna get right in with the crazy. Professor Johnson, what are you up to? It's like a day or two after, your meeting with, the Fast Food Cabal. So what's Professor Johnson up to, as if I didn't already know?
They're barricaded in their office, quite literally barricaded. They have a chair propped up against the door under the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Pacing in increasingly smaller circles. They're muttering under their breath. Put on the wall, on an overhead projector, is a picture of a mayor being projected over the various scrawlings, red yarn connecting points, and Zodiac killer notes.
Okay. And, what is he muttering? Just give us a little sample of that crazy.
Okay, muttering, we're going straight into proofs here. Let's go for muttering. Okay, gotta get the hair sample. Once they see here's an extra chromosome, it'll all fall into place. The chromosome is the key.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So, there's a knock on your door, and you hear Chadwick's voice say, Dr. Johnson, are you in there? Is now like a good time or a bad time? Are you in there? Hello?
Occupied.
Okay, so you are in there. Listen, I need you, you're talking to me right now.
This is actually the men's room.
So I just need you to proof one of my papers. You know, like a normal advisor would do. Faculty advisor.
Okay, it's open. It's open.
Okay, he walks in. He's got a big paper.
No, he does not.
Oh, it's... Oh, sorry.
Not.
Oh, okay. Okay, he reaches for the door to open it and jiggles the handle and he says, the door is not unlocked.
To be clear, I didn't say locked, I said barricaded.
Yeah, I can't get in.
If the door sticks. Yeah, the door sticks. You should, fucking, whatever you brutes do.
You want me to break your door in?
Not broken, it's stuck.
Okay, so you want, just to be very clear, you want me, a grad student, to force your stuck door open, the door that is school property, and that I will definitely get charged for.
It is not my property.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, can I leave my paper? It's like okay, can I leave my paper out here and will you eventually read it and give me constructive criticism like a professor would do?
Do you happen to know the mayor?
The mayor, I mean, my sister might. She's famous. Why? She works for famous people.
I get his hair. Or perhaps some nice close-up pictures of his head from his side. I need to check the area above the ears.
Oh, okay, so if I can get my sister to somehow arrange a meeting with the mayor for you, would you proofread my paper?
Yes.
You would, is what you're saying.
Hard bargain.
Okay, so... Jesus Christ. Okay, so I guess I'll try to do that. Do you know if the mayor likes famous actors?
Okay, just leave your paper. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, but I feel like you're not going to read it.
You can feel whatever you want.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, you have my email, though you've never used it in your entire life. Just let me know. Let me know when you're done reading my paper, and I'll let you know if I get you a meeting with the mayor for some reason. Jesus Christ. And you hear him walking down the hall very loudly, muttering, normal professors aren't like this. Normal grad students don't have to deal with this. Why'd I get the crazy one? So, he's starting to walk away. Is there anything you want to say so that he doesn't report you to the faculty? Or anything?
Tenure. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. Normal. Okay. Yeah, you also hear him start talking on the phone. He's like, yeah, this is a weird request, but I really need to graduate. So he's apparently called his sister. So, JP.
All falling into place. I knew we'd slip up eventually, Mayor.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. JP, you're on set
I got into the evidence. Anyway, sorry, JP, go ahead.
Yeah, JP, you're on set for your, show. What is your show called again?
King of the Night, I believe.
King of the Night. Okay, so you're on set for King of the Night. You're filming for the, script that you had some objections for, and, you flipped through it very briefly, and they did make some of your suggested changes, but they couldn't make all of them, California couldn't get them all through. And she's explained this to you. She's like, I got most of the crazy out.
I mean, to be clear, JP wasn't so much suggesting changes as he was just, saying someone should fix this because even he could tell it was bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what you mean.
So she's, California is also on set, standing off a little bit to the side. And what did we name the author of the book? Tatiana?
Yeah, Tatiana Puff or something?
Yeah, Tatiana Puff. So she's also there, and she's yelling at the director in between takes.
Okay.
You're filming, what scene are you filming today, JP? Describe a film from your HBO TV show.
Oh boy, okay, so, oh man, I totally should have prepared, for this possibility. Let's say, okay, so as you know, he's a vampire, but also secretly the king of France, but also a detective. So, he's doing some detective work, and of course it's nighttime because all the main outdoor scenes are at night because he's a vampire, you see. And also because it's the title of the show, so it's kind of the whole aesthetic is, it's like a night thing. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so he's investigating a crime scene at night. And he's using his vampire senses to show up the dumb normal detectives who work for the dumb police. But of course there's the one sexy woman cop who's the only good one and also the only one who respects him. And so look, this is a very good show that is definitely like something that is totally original and makes perfect sense. Anyway, so yeah, that's the scene right now, and there's probably some like playful like flirting, some banter between him and the hard-nosed woman cop. But yeah, it's mostly him just showing off how good he is at being a detective.
Okay.
And also he knows a lot about history. And so he'll be like, maybe it's in like an antique shop, and he's like,
oh my God,
he can identify everything. And everyone's like, how do you know so much about these old things that have existed for a long time? And he's like, I'm just that good. Oh, sorry, it's actually more like, I'm just that good.
I can imagine the show existing and it would fucking suck. Okay.
I know. That's the thing. You can totally imagine. I've literally seen shows that are basically that.
Okay. So, yeah, your, California, like gets a call, and so she's off to the side talking, and she's like speaking a little loudly.
Okay.
But, so yeah, you're filming this scene, and Tatiana comes up and says, alright, JP, wonderful work. Wonderful work. What you're doing here with the whole, like, history thing, fucking fantastic. I love how you're using the antiques as props. It's just great. I
am just reading the script. I am doing what it says to do in this script.
Genius. Perfect. Just keep doing that. Honestly, very good job. My only note here is that, you're laying on the smugness a little thick. Now, when Louis tells them about a historical fact, he's not smug about it. He's quietly confident with his smoldering eyes. So, I need your eyes to smolder. She gets like right up in your face. Eyes to smolder, less smug on the history facts. I know. Yes?
Okay, JP's just gonna like sort of look at the director because he's pretty sure that he or she is the one. I don't know if the director's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
The director is the one who's supposed to be give instructions.
The director is placed sort of behind Tatiana, and he's very much he's shaking his head no at all her notes. No,
okay.
You're fine. He's mouthing, you were fine. And then he's making a sort of she's crazy motion. And then he mouths humor her. You can see him mouth humor her, please.
Okay.
So she's like, did you get that?
Yes, I understand. I will do that. Why do I suddenly sound Russian? What the fuck is happening?
You're great directing.
I'm very out of it. I will do what you are saying. Yes, for Sultan.
Okay, thank you. So, but very good. So go ahead and give me your classic triple threat role to act in this scene. Does that succeed?
Oh, that does not succeed, does it?
No, but you get to mark it for experience. So
that is true. I do get to mark it for experience. Okay.
So
no, he can't quite pull off making them both happy at once, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll give you a choice. Do you make Tatiana happy or the director happy?
Well, okay, JP is slightly scared of Tatiana, but
okay.
Ultimately it's just too ingrained in him that he has to do what the director says. So he tries to incorporate some of what Tatiana says, but he mostly focuses on doing it the way that he thinks the director wants. Okay,
yeah, Tatiana is slowly getting redder and redder as the scene goes on. And she, as soon as the director's okay, cut, very good, JP. I think we'll call that a wrap on that scene. And she's getting ready to storm over to you, and the director smiles at you gratefully and grabs her arm and redirects her to, actually, Tatiana, Miss Puff, we have some questions about canon, within the book, so if you could just hammer those out, and she, gets redirected. So California comes over to you and she says, JP, do you remember my kid brother? I think I introduced him to you.
Yep. Yeah, JP remembers.
Alright, listen, this is a weird favor, and I'm not sure. Okay, so there's a professor at the university he goes to that he's doing his grad work in, and the professor really wants to meet the mayor, and I know the mayor's a very big fan of, what the fuck is the name of your show?
King of the Night.
She says that in character.
Yeah, give us all those tax breaks to make it here.
Yes. So listen, can I don't want to do this without your permission, though I feel like I could if I wanted to. Can I, leverage your star power to get this jerk professor, a very brief meeting with the mayor? It means you might have to make an appearance at one of the mayor's, house parties.
I suppose so. I do not see why not.
Okay. Thank you. You don't know how much this means to my brother, and it means an awful lot to me. So much, actually. Thank you. So she puts her phone back up to her ear and she goes, yeah, dickhead, I can get your stupid professor a meeting with the mayor. Yeah, no, you fucking owe me. And she's looking at you and she mouths, thank you, because now she has something to hold over her brother's head.
Nice.
So, you've done good? So, we'll pick that up in a second. Raven, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm at the restaurant. And,
all right.
Let me show you what I am making at the restaurant.
I'll be right back.
Gross. You haven't even posted, but I already know it's gonna be real gross. Ew, what is that?
Raw vegan cashew cheese.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I like when my cheese looks like fucking astronaut ice cream.
Oh God, it's real gross. Actually,
they say it's ricotta style.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, that's way too fun.
Ricotta it out of my face, please.
It looks like throw-up style.
Took a bunch of rice and formed it into an alligator.
Someone left this lamb chop hand puppet out for 20 years in the rain.
Alright.
Someone fucked up at Rice Krispies.
Alright. Stop. So, Raven, you are in your restaurant working when, your coven head, Wild Star Oak, comes in through the front doors, and, he's asking, the waitstaff, is Raven here? I need to talk to Raven. It's urgent. It's, really urgent. So they, what are your standing orders about, if Wild, what's his face? Wild Star Oak? Yeah, comes to the restaurant asking for you.
Well, he's my guru, so I obviously say, let him in.
Alright.
As long as I'm not doing something super, sensitive,
just,
let him come in.
Yeah. So, gross.
Delicious.
Yeah, so, Star Oak, terrible name, comes into the kitchen where you are, and he's like, Raven, you know that place I took you, the old, nuclear power plant? Remember? And the weird shit happened? And then you said you were gonna help me deal with it, and then you never got back to me? Well, first off, I've been calling you. So, have you been getting my messages?
I'm sorry. I've been very busy, unfortunately.
Okay, well, there's guys there right now? Construction guys. And then I went there to say, what are you doing? And then they said that someone bought it and they gave me his card for the lawyer. And he pulls a card out of his pocket. And he shows it to you, and it says, Homer Ford, attorney at law. And he says, I called the number on there, and he said that some sort of business consortium bought, Raven, we aren't going to be able to solve this problem. We have to solve this problem. Raven.
Yes, we should. We
Raven,
should definitely look into this.
We need to go now before they're setting up a chain link fence, and I'm not as young as I used to be, and also I can't climb fences. We gotta go now. Can you take off time from work?
All right. Yes, I think I can manage that.
Okay.
So
Thank God.
I call in my assistant and tell him to just, because it's not like a big like rush time or anything like that. It's just like I'm making stuff to prepare
Okay.
to get ready for it. So I have my assistant take over making the excellent vegan cheese.
No, actually, it's the fucking worst. I cannot convey how much I fucking hate this. So
It looks like it's alive.
yeah, almost, doesn't
It
it?
really does.
It made me think kind of there's this cheese that they make that has like
Live maggots
live
in it?
maggots in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, there we go.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Kasu, what's it
Yeah.
called?
Kasumar? No.
Kazumatsu?
Yes, Kazumaru.
Great.
Kazumaru, right.
So, anyways, so you get in your car, which we've established Raven has. Yeah, I wish, Frank.
Kazumatsu.
You get in your car, and are you gonna call anyone in your cabal about this, or?
I think that would probably be a good idea.
Alright, so who you putting the call out to?
I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna text Frank's character
Okay.
because he's probably just playing video games.
Just play.
Playing.
Whoa.
Just playing video games.
Excuse me. You better not put that in the text, or I hope you're prepared for a tweet storm.
No, obviously I'm not saying that. But yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, we go. Wait,
Okay.
is that? Yeah. I text him as we're going out to the car.
Okay. So you get in the car and you're going, you start driving towards the power plant, the old power plant. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, okay. So you are on the road to the power plant when, I need you to, so the last time you were there at the power plant, right, you kind of went to the old reactor room and like,
Right.
there was that weird like time stuttering dealy that freaked you out. That's happening now, but you're on the road to there and you're driving and there's other cars. So I need you to make a unnatural 5 check. Do you have 5 hardened notches in unnatural?
I do not.
Alright, so then,
I do not.
alright, so it defends with knowledge, so go ahead and roll.
So roll knowledge.
Yep,
All right.
because it's stuttering real bad.
Oh
but
Lord.
you do have 1 free flip-flop.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and flip that.
Alright, so, well, good news is you don't have to choose fight, flight, or freeze, and you get a hardened notch, by the way, so go ahead and mark that.
On unnatural?
Yep, on unnatural. The bad news that I have for you is the other car did not do so well, and I need you to give me a dodge check. Or anything that... See, yeah, none of your identities specifically relate with driving goods, so yeah, dodge.
Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Yep.
Oh no.
No, okay.
No.
So, oh boy, I didn't... It's a very exciting day for me. So, there's gonna be a car crash.
Fun.
So let me see, car crashes, cool. So, they weren't going very fast, that's the good news. And the road was kind of bumpy, so they were going about 30 miles per hour, so... roll. Alright, you take 10 wounds, and I'm keeping track, so you don't have to keep track, but...
Oh, okay.
So, and also, I'm not supposed to tell you how many wounds you have. So you bump your head real good, like the airbag deploys. I think you break a couple fingers on your non-dominant hand just because of the impact. Yeah, it's not great. Star Oak, is, let's see how he does. 2d10. Okay, Star Oak's about in the same place as you. Like, a little bit more beat the fuck up. He's got blood running down from his head. The, driver of the car, the other car, yeah, so, what do you do? The driver of the other car is sort of unconscious, because they froze and then fucking got their head smashed in. Star Oak is groaning.
Okay, if he's groaning, then he's alive. And
Yeah.
he's not unconscious, so I'm gonna help the unconscious person.
Okay.
With and I'm gonna use my
are you gonna finally use natural medicine?
yes. I am going to I have a good little I've got a bandage that I've treated with a homeopathic solution here. And I've got some very nice crystals.
Oh no, he's been in a car crash. Quick, adjust his neck.
Okay.
I've got some very nice crystals, and I'm going to chant. As I give my good energy into this person, and also bandage their wounds.
Okay.
Is it magical,
So,
or is it magic?
no, it's just bullshit. Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Oh no!
Alright, well, there's actually rules, so that's just a normal failure. You've covered the problem with gauze and tape, but it's not helping much. Do you want to check out Star Oak?
Sure, why not? Do I mark experience for that?
Yes, you do, because you failed.
Alright.
The only
So one
time...
of your identities is natural...
Yes, natural healing,
okay.
it's Wiccan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I'm a Wiccan priestess, I have, natural medicine.
Mm.
Then you might want to take a look at yourself after Star Oak.
And, then, okay, so Okay.
You succeeded? Okay, you heal 3 wounds that he has, so you heal a patient equal to... So, he's looking a little bit more hale. He's got stuff broken and he probably has a concussion, you realize? So you probably want to get him to the hospital. Do you want to bandage yourself up?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you are performing medicine on yourself, it's at a -10 shift. So
Alright.
subtract 10 from your skill.
So I'd be at a 40.
Okay. You do get...
And a
Well, what are your
so
fears? What are your passions?
Um.
No. No. None of them.
Passion for
urban
bandaging
sprawl.
my own wounds.
Yeah, none of them really work.
I have a passion for not dying.
Well, okay, so what did you get?
My passion
72?
is succeeding in my roles.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you've pretty much covered yourself in bandages and whatnot. You,
You just grab a bunch of bandages and throw them in the air and they land on you.
yeah, pretty much. So, do you want to call 911?
I mean, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna call 911. They're gonna come pick you up in that case. Star Oak has recovered enough that he's like partially awake and he's like, it's spreading. My God, Raven, it's spreading! Oh God, what are they doing? The corporate shills! They're gonna use this somehow! So he's gone a little loony, with regards to he thinks that the corporations are gonna make this worse, because he's a weird hippie man.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong.
So yeah, are you gonna wait for the ambulance to arrive? Or do you want to go check out? Like, you could start just walking. I'm not gonna tell you you can't go to the place where all the weird shit is happening.
I think I would like to wait until I have either friends or I am
Okay.
healed or both.
Okay.
Sorry, where is she right now?
She was driving towards the nuclear power plant, the old Vegas nuclear power plant, when a weird time stuttering event happened, which
Right.
caused a car crash. She
Sorry,
last...
I
okay.
I wasn't clear where that
Yeah.
happened.
So last time she experienced it, it was in the like the reaction chamber for the old power plant. That's probably not the right words. But she was like
Definitely.
coming up the road to it. So it's kind of weird that it's reached out this far. Okay. So Chuck, what are you doing, Chuck?
Okay, so before anything, as Chuck sleeps, he has a dream of an alternate reality version of himself
Oh no.
on some sort of 24-hour charity stream that plays through this awful game called
Yeah,
Botology. And he gains 3 minor charges for that. As
Yeah, no,
decided by
Frank-
the GM.
Frank did a terrible thing to himself. Anyways,
So anyways, after that terrible nightmare, I wake up. I haven't gotten the call yet, or the text yet, right?
no,
Okay,
not
cool.
quite.
So first, I whip out my copy of Scribblenauts,
Oh,
and design the 3 dudes we met in it,
okay,
just in case. Save them for later.
nice.
And then I see what I can find out about them online, because we have their names now.
Yeah, okay. That's gonna be a knowledge check.
Let's see. I have substitutes for knowledge? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is probably about even, actually, but
You're
it's a little worse. But I want to roll it anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because if you fail, you get.
I failed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can mark experience.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really use computers. You personally don't really use computers to do research. You more use them to play video games.
That's true.
So yeah, after you do that, you don't get a lot of information. You get like the surface level stuff. They're businessmen that have struck it pretty big. Clark Blackwood, the only guy that really talked the entire time. Yeah, Clark Blackwood. He is like the third in a long line of Clark Blackwoods that have struck it pretty rich since the not early 1800s, the late 1800s, like the 1890s.
Wait, check if there are any pictures of his ancestors who are also named Clark Blackwood.
Well, no, he can't because he fucked up the roll.
Dang it. He's totally a vampire, I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you could have John Pierre use a computer. That would be entertaining.
yeah, that would be fucking fantastic.
I don't think Jean-Pierre uses he probably just uses like an iPad.
Also, he wouldn't really be. Jean-Pierre has no reason to be suspicious that this guy is a vampire. So that would definitely be going against his archetype. So, if you want to.
Unless he gets it confused with his TV
JP
show.
was not the one saying that.
I know, I'm just saying.
I'm the one saying.
Yeah.
Although JP did meet a vampire. Remember, that's
Yeah,
part of
he
his
did.
story. He met a vampire once.
What he thought was a vampire, to be clear. JP is. What he thought, just to be very clear. Okay, yeah, so, you're doing your research, Chuck, when you get a text from Raven, that is basically what Raven has described beforehand, about, like, going to the, what was it, the power plant, could use some backup. So what do you do?
I respond to her looking for group with an affirmative, and I head out.
Okay, so how are you gonna get there? Does Chuck have a car?
I would assume you have to live in Las Vegas. I've been thinking about that. I guess he does.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think you can live in Las Vegas unless you live in, like, a hotel.
Really hoping you'd say bike.
Bike would be also
That would be really good.
Okay, so you're just gonna drive out there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a particularly hard drive. So you get out there, and they've set up you see the flashing lights of cop cars, of their, like, sirens going off. And then you recall, like, oh yeah, there was an ambulance that passed me by as I was getting up here. And then you recognize Raven's car, and sort of there's been a crash and they're towing stuff, and the cop is like, this road's closed, so, do you want to talk to the cop or what? Because he's trying to wave you around.
Right?
No, you can see your car though.
Oh, okay.
You recognize it because it's got a bunch of vegan bumper stickers on the back, just like an obnoxious amount. I imagine. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like, yeah. So anyways, Chuck, what would you like to do?
Can I convince this cop that he should let me pass because my friend's over there?
You could try.
Yeah,
Probably-
I'll try that. I go up to the cop, I'm like, that's my friend over there.
Okay. So that's probably a connect roll, unless you want to use McGick.
No, that's not like a McGick.
Just offer him all the items in your inventory one by one.
That
Combine all the items in your inventory.
doesn't succeed, right? No, my connect is a 45. Could flip it, I guess, but... how thorough is the roadblock?
It's blocking this road, so, like, if you parked your car...
Yeah,
and
if I parked my car somewhere else, could I make my way around?
Yeah, you could just walk around it, because there's, like, they're blocking the road, so...
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and fill that,
Okay, so, yeah, he also says to you, well, sir, the people that were here, they've been taken to the hospital, and he tells you the specific hospital. So he says, if you want to visit your friend, that's where I would have you go. Is the
hospital far?
Yeah, it's the opposite direction. He does also say, like, the cop's like, can you maybe give us a hint why your friend was driving this way? According to the other two people, there was some sort of, like, weird, I don't know, they passed out or something? And your friend wasn't very forthcoming with, like, why she would be driving on a road that leads to an abandoned power plant.
I got no idea.
He's looking at you. That's definitely a lie.
It's definitely a lie.
It's 100% a lie. And Chuck is so bad at lying.
He's very bad at lying, but I also don't think he cares if the cops know he's lying.
Perfect. Well,
Ooh, boy.
Roll it anyways, because you might succeed. You never know.
Tell half-truths. Do an Urbex.
Okay.
Even a flip that ain't true.
Yeah, okay, so he narrows his eyes. He says, sir, what did you say your name was again?
My name is, Franklin.
Okay, cool. Franklin what, sir?
Wes.
Oh, God. Ow.
Hello, I'm the most on-the-nose man ever. Okay, yeah. So he says, well, sir, you have a nice day. Are you going to turn your car around and leave?
I guess I'm gonna head to the hospital, because it sounded like Raven actually went there, which is
Yeah.
weird.
Or you could park your car and go around, either way.
I'm a little wary of going to the power plant alone, but...
Well, listen, I'm not saying you have to make the worst decisions possible. Just, it would be
You're
appreciated.
just offering. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna not do that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna work with Raven.
Go ahead and give me a notice check then as you drive away.
Is 55.
Quiet also substitutes for notice if you want to try to pump it up by
That's
failing.
true. Do I have to select before I roll?
Yeah.
I do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pumping that up, because I'd like to be sneakier, so I'm rolling as quiet.
Well,
Well, that's definitely a fail.
no, you're fine.
Things
You
are
drive
good.
away, heading towards the hospital. Real quick though, are you gonna text the rest of the cabal that what happened? So that they
I'm
know.
gonna text Raven first, just in case.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I guess I'll text the other members. Like, hey,
Okay.
something weird went down on the road and Raven got in a car crash, basically.
Alright, cool. Did you tell them what hospital Raven's at?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Raven, how do you respond to Chuck's text asking if I guess you're okay? And then he gets in the group Slack chat. He's like, Raven got fucked up, yo.
I respond by saying, "Oh, I'm fine. All is well.
Oh my god.
I will be fine. It is as the world wills it. So mote it be."
I fucking hate your okay, Brobert. Hi, Brobert.
Oh, boy.
I haven't forgotten about you. So yeah, you are you're actually giving a presentation about the prototype military vest that you have, that you invested in. So you're giving a presentation about it. Who are you giving the presentation to?
I'm giving, prototype military vest. Who do I want to give this, top secret would CES be in town at this time,
Sure.
time of the, okay, yeah, let's do Brobert is giving a private event presentation to some military guys and some fundraisers at the Consumer Electronics Show in a private meeting room.
Cool. So, tell me what this military vest actually fucking does. I don't think we've established what it does at all.
Basically, it's just this bullshit. It's just this bullshit. Do you have the picture for reference? I remember
yeah. Yeah, I can find it.
It's basically a wireless vest that had a bunch of regular PC cables attached to it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
I can tell you what it was, is a vest that had, all the parts of a desktop PC sewn into it, is what it is.
I can post it real quick.
Oh, good. Please do.
There you go.
Oh, hell yes. My baby, it's here. Oh, my pretty baby.
It's weird how much you like this vest. So yeah, anyways, what features does it have?
It has a,
oh my god.
it has a portable platter hard drive. It's basically connected to a Raspberry Pi. There's also a PCIX graphics card for optimal job searching. so that people can search for jobs better. And also, I've attached a laptop wireless Wi-Fi card to it so that it interfaces with the Raspberry Pi.
Okay. It's a lot of words that I don't know what any of them mean because I don't do computers.
I call it the Job Seeker 2000.
Great.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the military guys, he says, can you turn it on and maybe demonstrate some of this for us?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me just get this vest on. He has a little trouble trying to wrest it from the mannequin because the one of the people who set the vest up actually wrapped some of the cables around the mannequin.
Jesus Christ.
So he has a hell of a time untangling it.
Cool.
So he finally puts it on. He connects it to there's a built-in LCD screen on a cable like a cell phone screen. So basically he turns that on and he says, "Okay, well, this also, you can use this for other things than job searching."
Alright, so what is it supposed to do when you turn it on? Just briefly tell me what it's supposed to do when you turn it on.
It turns on and it boots into a cut down of a Linux operating system, you know, the kind that you get for Raspberry Pi.
Okay. So, that's what it's supposed to do. I need a notice check from you real quick, STOG.
Alright, notice check.
Yeah, so your notice is actually 55, so.
Yeah?
Right. unless you've gotten hardened notches in Unnatural, since I've gotten your character sheet, but.
I've got one hardened notch.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Alright, go.
Alright, rolling 1d100 and... Alright, well,
here's the good news. It turns on. Here's the bad news. It almost immediately catches fire.
Yeah!
What a piece of shit this device is! USA!
Well, okay. Here's the thing. You tested it this morning and it was fine. But apparently one of the batteries has corroded overnight or something, and it's literally just caught on fire, and you didn't feel it until the fire was on you. So, give me give me a second here. I'm trying to think of the best way to rip off. Yeah, give me a fitness check, my man.
Alright, fitness check.
Rip this off your body before you start burning.
Alright, give me a fitness check.
Alright, yeah, you rip it off your body before, it gets bad. Someone runs out into the hall, the sprinkler system turns on, and someone runs out to get a fire extinguisher, and some very wet-looking military men, eye you, and they say, one of them says, I think we're gonna have to hard pass on this, Mr. Representative O'Malley. Or O'Malley.
Just like basic training.
Rebranded as a fire-causing vest.
Yeah, no,
It's now an incendiary.
Yeah, no, they're gonna leave. Do you want to try to spin it, Mr. Demagogue?
Yes, I do want to try to spin it. I'm going to use my demagogue skill to try and lure him back.
Okay, so hold on. What's your demagogue skill at percentage-wise?
40%.
40%. Okay, so if you use it, you'll be able to tell what they care about.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
So you can try that. Maybe that will give you some leverage.
Alright, I'm gonna give that a shot. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Yeah, see what they give a shit about. Okay, they want a weapon or a device that will help them hurt people at war. So if you could figure out some way to rebrand your fire vest as that, maybe you can make a sell. So yeah, mark your demagogue for experience, by the way.
Awesome.
So, do you want to try to spin it?
Oh yeah. Hey guys, this is a demonstrable new feature. I mean, you can use this too. This is better than drone strikes. If you have people that you want to die that are wearing this, you can remotely activate it and it'll set them on fire and kill them.
Okay, give me a lie check, which I guess is covered by politician, because, there's no way that you could actually, like, it's a bad plan.
I just want to say, I feel like this argument is also undercut somewhat by the fact that you got out of it completely unscathed.
Well, he was clearly expecting it. Anyways, yes, politician.
Alright, rolling another D100.
Yep.
And...
Okay, yeah. So, one of them stops and says, he stops the other ones and he goes, okay, listen, I mean, being able to have high-tech armor that we could burn, so, like, remotely burn so that the enemy couldn't get it, might actually be worth talking about, Mr. Malley. Representative Malley, my bad. So if you can deliver on the promise of high-tech armor with the features that you said it would have, plus also the remote ability to burn it, then I don't see why we couldn't make a deal. So you've just locked yourself into this, by the way, because if you go back on what you promised, like, the demagogue is always correct, they never go back. So if you step back on what you've just said that your thing could do, you taboo yourself. So here's a shovel, just keep digging, my friend.
I love to dig. It's so good. It's like a job I'm willing to provide people with.
Alright, so,
What happens when avatars taboo themselves?
What happens when the avatar... I roll a d5 and they lose that many percentiles off their skill. So yeah, they become worse at their ability to do a thing. Wow. Yeah.
It's not that spicy, but... Yeah.
It's not that spicy, but it's a pretty good incentive not to taboo yourself at higher levels, because if you're like a Godwalker and you taboo yourself, you can get set back super far. Anyways. So you all have gotten the text from Chuck about Raven being in the hospital. And Brobert, before I forget, they give you a number to call them at. They are expecting another demonstration, like, in a couple weeks.
Ooh.
So they say that they want to be able to see it, like, do all the things you promised, and also maybe you could show them the remote detonation, like what you would be using for remote detonation. Here's the problem, though. That was your only prototype, my dude.
Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm gonna have to go back. Now I'm gonna have to go back to R&D.
That fucking Brobert sucks. So yeah, you've all gotten the text about Raven. So do you head to the hospital or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the hospital. I'm gonna let my staffers put this out.
Okay, great. We already know that Chuck's going over. We already know Raven's there, so Professor Johnson, you headed over?
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, sorry, my headset's dying, so sometimes just run cutout and reboot. Yeah, so going to the hospital. Trying to think of where their cell phone would be when they're in crazy mode, if it's accessible to them.
Well, what if the news finally breaks about the mayor? And then you get it on your cell phone, obviously.
Merlin. The only one chasing this. The only one.
Only one that sees the
studying
truth.
the graphology of his signature. I'm the only one who can see it.
Okay.
I see how he crosses his T's.
Oh my god. JP, are you going to the hospital? We're just gonna...
I
Okay.
said JP was going to go.
Okay.
His letters slant slightly to the left. This is important.
Okay. Well, Professor Johnson, just yes or no answer. You going to the hospital?
Their phone is inaccessible.
Oh.
He also not responding to the Chungus's emails and texts or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. Well, then you might miss an important call on a meeting with the mayor. So, everyone that's at the hospital, Raven, they've got
This is an
you...
office phone.
Oh, yeah, well, would the people know to call you there?
Yeah.
Well, we'll say that Chuck might have called you on the office phone, just for getting the party together's sake, please?
Yes, I see the rails.
You don't have to go, I'm just saying that you're probably gonna have to end up not doing a lot of this session.
Yeah, if you don't go, you can sit in your office the entire session.
I'm just... so anyways, Raven...
No, fine. They go out the door, they grab a generic letter from a mail with a signature, a recent picture of a Malley pulled up the internet, and a phrenology bust.
Oh my god. Okay, crazy pants. So, Raven, they've got you in, like, a small sort of room. There's no one else in the room. They were doing x-rays of your hand that got all fucked up. What else? But yeah, they've determined that, like, you don't have a concussion. You've just got some broken fingers. They've also told you that, Star Oak, Wild Star Oak, who you find out his real name is Edward Hankton.
Edward
Hankton?
Yep, Edward Hankton. Everyone in my campaign has to have one person named Hank somehow. Yeah, so his name's Edward. You change your name too if your name was Edward. So, he has a mild concussion and also, like, some broken bones. And the lady, also mild concussion, but, you helped her not, like, you stopped some of the bleeding, so the doctors were kind of grateful for that. So the rest of your cabal comes up and sees you. And what do you tell them, Raven?
I explain, what happened, with, on the road. Like what happened before. Have I told them about what happened before?
I don't know, have you? That's up to you. Your Star Oak did kind of want you to keep it quiet, so you might not have.
Don't have anything about it in the notes.
Then you could have told them.
So yeah, I've told them.
Okay. So yeah,
particularly since it's clear that, like, the Fast Food Cabal is interested in in the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so the rest of the party knows about the weird stutters and all that. So I guess, what do you guys talk about? Because, do you want to go see what's up, or what?
I almost got lit on fire today.
Yeah, that's weird. That wasn't good. Yeah, by the way, one of your staffers, like, calls you, Brobert, and they're like, yeah, don't know what happened to the battery. It was good before. It just got all weird and corroded. Weird. Gross.
I want you to buy me 100 bad batteries. I've got a plan.
Okay, sir.
Oh god. This is gonna be like those dudes who sold, like, homeopathic mine detectors to the fucking army.
Yeah, the ones.
So good.
Yeah.
So very good. Okay, yes, so they go, oh, okay, we can do that, I guess. Probably get them real cheap. I mean, we could probably just go to a
Get
fucking...
the cheap ones. Get the cheap ones. Make sure, try them out, and if they light on fire, you got the right ones. If you don't, get more. Bill it to my office, my election fund.
Oh my god! That's definitely some fucking fraud, my dude. Okay. Great. So also, as you're driving there, Professor Johnson, you do get a call from, Chadwick on your phone, and he goes, alright, Dr. Johnson, I got you a meeting with the mayor, like, in a week, for like, 10 minutes. Will you please fucking proofread my paper?
You're done, thank you.
Oh my fucking god.
You're the best grad student I've ever had.
You don't even mean that, and then he hangs up the phone.
And also, as they say, as Chad says, they have a meeting with the mayor. This person swerves violently
Okay.
through the traffic to pull over.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so in about a week, you have a 10-minute, like, meeting, potentially? Like, at least 10 minutes. Maybe more, you know, if you interest him. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go check out the power plant?
Yes.
The results? Listen, you don't have to. I also gave you other hooks. It's just, things are on a time limit, so.
I have been itching for this power plant business, so.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's go to the power plant.
Alright. Raven, they set you up in, not a full cast. They tell you have to come back to get a full cast, in a couple days, but it's like a sling and whatnot. You probably won't be driving. So how are you getting there, guys?
I mean, several of us have cars, so.
Yeah. Are you carpooling or just like, what? Then you can use the
Two cars.
carpool lane. Alright. So yeah, you, the police,
The cops will never find us in the carpool lane.
they'll never think a bunch of weirdos with no friends will be in a carpool lane. It's genius. So, the road is cleared, and you make your way, like, the road to the, what do you call it, is clear to the power plant. Yeah. So, it's clear. There's no weird stutters as you get closer, which seems to be good. Are you going at night or what? You wait till night? Okay.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so, you pull up to this abandoned power plant, nuclear power plant at the outskirts of, Vegas. It's quiet. They've, drove some posts into the ground to mark, water lines and stuff like that. They've started to pull up some, construction equipment, but not any of the heavy duty stuff. Just like a skid steer, which I'm now realizing that not a lot of children. See, when I grew up, I got to drive the construction things because my dad had them. So, anyways, what do you want to do? It seems to be pretty open, though there is there's no fence, but there is a lock, like a padlock on the front door, and it's been chained shut. So what would you like to do?
The nuclear power plant, the number one provider of jobs.
God, I fucking hate Brobert. There's this one-track mind.
I don't think this nuclear power plant is providing a lot of jobs.
Yeah, it's closed.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to get in?
I mean, how tall is the fence?
There's no fence. You could.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple windows, but they've been boarded up, and the door has been.
Oh, so sorry.
Padlock,
The padlock is on the front of the door.
Yes.
I
yes.
completely misread the situation.
Sorry.
I get it now. No, it's my fault. Yeah,
Better apologize.
find a window, I guess, and then let Raven lead us, because Raven's the
Well,
one who
the
walked
windows
through
have been
and-
boarded up.
Well,
It looks like
Kick 'em.
Big blocks.
Oh, they've been boarded up, you say?
Yeah.
I don't suppose someone might have left a crowbar lying.
Oh, well, I don't know, JP. Would you like to roll that? Yes, JP's full thing literally lets him find. Yeah, there's a crowbar. It's just leaning up against, one of the...
Mes amis, I found a crowbar.
Okay, yeah,
Le Crowbar, my favorite.
yeah.
Actually, it is not called a crowbar in French, but, yes.
Yeah, mark your identity for, experience, JP. So yeah, you crowbarred open, JB, a window open. There's splintering of wood and whatnot. And then you can go in through the window. Who's going in first?
JP will go first.
Even though JP doesn't know where to go.
Rushes in. Yes.
Okay, no, that's very good, JP. Very good.
Do I need to roll fitness or anything, or is it
No,
pretty easy?
you get in there. Yeah, no, there's no one's trying to stop you, so there's really no point in rolling because you eventually
Okay.
get in there. All right, so JP heads in first. It's dark. Did anyone remember to bring a flashlight?
I've got a smartphone. Everybody has a smartphone.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, maybe not everybody in this group.
Yeah. All right. So,
JP has a smartphone, but he totally wouldn't remember that it has a flash moment.
Do I
Mr.
still have a
Johnson's
smartphone?
phone may or may not be at the bottom of a fish tank full of torn dictionary pages.
sorry. What is the purpose of a? Okay. So, yeah, it's.
What is the purpose of the cockle?
If I don't. Okay, so anyways, Raven knows the way there if Raven would like to navigate. Are you going to head straight to the reactor room or, like, scope out this place?
I think it would be better if we scoped it.
All right.
Head exactly into the reactor room to, get a good dose of radiation immediately.
It's not active.
It's not active.
It's closed.
There could be radiation ghosts in the power plant.
Alright, I guess, JP, give me a notice check, cause you were the first one in. Oh, 1 second? Is Johnson gonna cast some
No,
negate?
so I just have a relevant to post for atmosphere.
Oh, cool. There we go. Yes. I like this. Yeah, JP, since you were the first one in, give me a notice check.
Sure.
Oh, this is very good. Yeah, there's,
He notices many things.
so you're coming in here and you're like looking around, and there's not any like obvious like traps or what have you. There's definitely no like occult symbols like etched into the wall or anything. But this place, you don't know how, it's really clean for an abandoned building that no one has been out to for years. Like, as far as you know, the first time someone came out here recently was when Raven came here with her high priest or whatever of the coven. But it's really, really clean, and there's no way they could have cleaned it up in one day, especially if they plan to, like, knock it down. It's, like, real clean. Like, someone has come through here and, like, cleaned it up for some reason? You don't know. But, yeah.
JP thinks that was very nice of that person and pays it no more mind.
Are you going to tell anyone else?
No, I don't think JP would think to tell anyone.
So, in the future, don't let the Avatar of the Fool go first into the building, you dummies. Cool.
Well, hey, presumably they'll have the chance to notice, too.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe JP will say something like, but he won't say it like, this is suspicious. He'll just be like, it is very impressive how clean this nuclear power plant is.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so once JP mentions it, yeah, it's really clean in here. Like someone has cleaned it up, basically. But otherwise, it's an unused power plant.
Was it that clean when Raven came here before?
That's a great question. Raven, if you would like to make a knowledge check to try and remember.
Okay, let me see here. Wait. Knowledge. There we go.
You can also use your cook skill because it substitutes for knowledge.
Yeah, I get that with knowledge, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, the thing is, you can directly level up your skill.
Well, I wouldn't make that, but I could flip-flop it.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get experience.
Okay.
Yeah, if you fail, you get experience. So,
okay.
You can either intentionally fail to buff up identity, or you can be like, I'd rather succeed. That's the trade-off.
I will. I'll succeed.
Okay. Yeah, it was this clean when you were here. Which is, now that you think about it, that is weird. So, do you want to head to the reactor room?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. So, you make your way to the reactor room. It's extremely quiet. Hold on. So, the reactor room is empty, except for obviously all the leftover machinery and whatnot. And again, it looks pretty well kept. So I need everyone to make a rank 10, unnatural check because the stuttering effect starts happening.
Oh shit.
Okay.
How
how do we do that again?
So it's unnatural is defended with knowledge. So you roll your knowledge ability unless you have an identity that substitutes for unnatural.
You mean for knowledge?
No, substitutes for unnatural. Yeah.
Resist challenges.
Right.
Yeah. Resist shocks. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. So yeah.
And so wait, just as a question, doesn't the rank indicate how many failure checks we need to not do it?
Hardened checks, yes, and it's literally impossible to get 10 hardened checks on anything.
It's hardened,
so this
it's
is
not failure. Okay.
Yep.
That makes more sense to me.
Yes, it does.
So defend with knowledge.
Yep.
And I do not have very many marks in that. I have none. Well, I have one. Well,
hello. So if you succeeded, let me know.
I succeeded.
I think I succeeded.
Brobert got a 18. Yes, Brobert, you fucking succeeded. So the only one that
has surprisingly good knowledge for an idiot.
Yeah, well,
Or hardening knowledge.
Yep.
Notice.
So
defend with knowledge.
yeah,
Do I defend with a 60?
Yes.
So I could flip that and pass.
Yes, you could.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
All right. So if you succeeded, you need to mark another bubble to harden your knowledge. Or
Notice?
harden. Yeah, notice. My bad. To harden your notice.
In that case, I don't make it.
No, you
No,
defend
you're
with
defending
knowledge.
with
You defend with
You
knowledge.
didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh no, JP got his first bit of hardening.
Yeah. Okay. So after you've hardened, did anyone fail? I don't think so. No.
No, I was the only one, and I
flippy
used
thing.
my free flip.
No.
All right. So you hear an echoing voice as the stutters start happening. It says, the practice of shamanic religion is common throughout the world and ancient. And then the stuttering stops, and you're in the room again. But there's a guy, you can't make out his face, and Raven, you recognize your coven leader, Wild Star Oak, and Wild Star Oak says, "Are you sure this is gonna work?" And then he moves his mouth to say a name, but you can't hear the name. It's not staticky, it's just not there. And then there's like an indistinct mumbling from the other figure whose face you cannot make out. And then Star Oak pulls out a bunch of crystals and starts seeming to set up a ritual. Well, the dude whose face you can't make out sits down in the middle of the room and starts like chanting. And then you snap back to the present and you're in the room again. It's empty. And you can sort of hear the faint echoing chant. And now the room's very quiet again. What would you like to do?
This is a
Well-
really weird haunted house.
So they all saw.
Yes, everyone saw the same thing. And
So would they know who Wild Star Oak is?
probably not by look.
Okay, so I'll tell them that I recognize that guy who was one of those guys that was my high priest, the high priest of my coven, that was Wild Star Oak.
God, such a bad name. Yeah, everyone give me a notice check.
Notice.
On it.
If you succeed, tell me.
Womp.
Oh, cool. Everything just started.
Womp womp.
I do not succeed.
Oof,
Oh.
nope.
Did no one succeeded? Oof, doofa.
Let's see, what? How we can
You
use
do
my
get, yeah, you do get one free flip per session.
Raven might have critically failed.
Oh,
no, that's not
question,
critically, that's-
Would this be...
Mm-hmm.
would this be working towards clarity?
Yes, it would definitely help you understand something.
Then I will use my noble passion.
Okay, so, Johnson, you suddenly smell a weird mix of, smoke, and you want to say food, but it smells like no food you've ever smelled in your entire life. And you hear a voice whispering, shamans undergo trials and initiations into mysteries that do not yield practical and tangible rewards, hazardous undertakings such as war and motherhood, but instead reveal the truth about the cosmos and the abstract or invisible forces that influence the lives of the people in it. And the smell of food gets stronger, and you hear Star Oak's voice again, and you can hear him screaming like, "Oh my God, what's happening? What's happening?" And then like the smell of food sort of slowly just drifts away, along with Star Oak screaming.
It is very strange that the automated tour guide is still active in a closed-down nuclear power plant. But it is also very informative.
I think that there were philosophy majors squatting here.
Let's see. So,
You could try to do some gutter magic to get more information. Use adept magic, rituals also. You could try that.
I don't see. Let's see. Can't think of anything vital statistics would say me. But I would like
He's
to
just
know-
going to wander around touching things.
Okay, that's nothing happens, Shapen. You just touch stuff.
Do we
Well,
set up a
you can
ritual
debate
to
too.
figure out what the fuck? Because
You could try to give yourself aura sight by using gutter magic. Like, if you want, I can look up the rules for gutter magic, but Dijon used them during, what do you call it? During Bill and Three Persons.
Mm-hmm.
So you should, in theory, be able to what do you call it? Like, do some Gutter Magic to do something. Or cast spells. So I'll give you a second to think about that.
I mean, what would it take to do that as a Gutter Magic thing?
That's a great question. So I will tell you as soon as I get to the page. So okay, so you need hold on. Trying to see how you would do this. Okay, so you need something to represent you, something to represent your target, and then something to represent the collective unconscious. So like a movie, a song, Pebble from the Berlin Wall, first copy of The Great Gatsby, Model T, windshield, whatever you're trying to do. And then you would use Gutter Magic.
Okay, so for something to represent my target is this area, essentially, so I just pick, like, a rock from the ground?
That works.
Something to represent me, I'm going to say my 3DS probably counts.
Okay.
And I'm going to say something to represent the collective unconscious. I can't think of any better representation of the collective unconscious than Twitch chat. So I'm going to pick my smartphone up to whatever the most active channel on Twitch is.
Oh my god.
And what effect are you trying to produce?
I guess I'm trying to see what magical effects are in effect in this area. Like, because we just saw some shit and I don't really understand what it is.
Oh boy. Yep. Okay. So go ahead and roll. I guess your adept identity.
Okie doke. I don't get to flip it though, right?
No, you get to flip it because that's.
Oh, so even with this, I would get to flip.
Yep.
Okay, well then I'm definitely flipping that.
Okay. Yeah. So you. Okay, I'm trying to think of how you would tie these elements together. So you're. All right. So your DS, which is representing you in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the DSs still have cameras, right?
Your 3DSs have cameras. That's not something I remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure
Okay. So, you basically turn it on to like be a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And you take a picture of the rock, and you're plugged into Twitch chat. So you just start kind of doing what they are like. You pick a random thing during the flow of like the weird unconscious shit they're doing, and then you just do that as part of your ritual. And your DS, as a stand-in for you, suddenly gets aura vision through its camera.
Nice.
So you start.
Ooh.
It probably won't.
Fatal frame shit.
Yeah, it probably won't last for like what you would call an extremely long time. Certainly only as long as this scene. So you start swinging it around, and the room that you see with the aura vision of your camera is extremely different from like the gray metal room that you see before you. It looks like you're in some sort of tent, and there's wind chimes everywhere made out of bone and crystal. And there's a big fire in the center of the room where the reactor would be. And there's a weird, like, glowing humanoid figure smoking a pipe and tending, like, some sort of cooking, doing some sort of cooking. You aren't sure what.
I told you there were radiation ghosts.
And he turns to look at you, Chuck. And he smiles, and then your camera breaks, and stops working. But yeah, so it looked like a lot of new age bullshit was in there. And the fire in the center of the room was glowing extremely brightly.
Did he look like the faceless man we saw before?
Sort of? Like, same shape, but bigger. Like, you looked at him and you felt that he was important, but you didn't know why. And as soon as you know why, I'm gonna have you make a check, so... involving some stress.
Did he look like the dude that fucking vanished on me?
No.
Okay.
Though... Well, you only saw his aura, right? So you'd have to confirm the auras, but, like, visually, no?
Okay.
But that probably doesn't mean a whole lot. Yeah, and he was cooking something. It looked like a big pile of gross food.
Hmm.
And I will also say, one final thing. So you hear, coming out of the speakers of your DS, and weirdly also your Twitch chat has started, like, saying this, like, every other word, like, that you catch on there also matches what's coming out of your speakers. Often
Twitch chat's moving so fast, no one will see my aura site.
Nice. So,
they're all just spamming milk emojis in the chat.
By the way, I decided to check what the current most popular Twitch stream is at this exact moment, and it turns out it's just like Overwatch League or something. But more entertainingly, the third most popular Twitch stream right now, with like 40,000 people watching it, is literally a dude sitting in a pub.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Twitch IRL is huge right now.
It fucking
So,
rules.
alright, so here's what you hear coming out of your DS speakers. Often shamans wear animal masks, interact with spirit guides, or go on psychedelic inner journeys that, externally, look like fevers or drug binges, or starvation-induced hallucinations. So, yeah.
JP feels very informed.
Yeah, it's coming out of your DS speakers, so it's a little tinny. But you don't know where the voice is coming from.
Huh.
That is a very cool phone you have there.
I get a little mad that you've called it a phone.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it is a Game Boy. Yes.
It's a DS. The Game Boy brand was retired when they came out with the DS. They don't actually
Oh
call
my
it.
god.
I'm sorry. I get the different Nintendos confused.
Different Nintendos. Hi, JP's an old dad.
I guess it's technically a Nintendo device, so yes, it is a different Nintendo.
So would anyone else like to do something in this room?
Yeah, because I got no more ideas.
I do not know what I could do. All I have are my politician and demagogue. Could I try to... I have no idea what the fuck I would use demagogue here for, though.
Well, you could try to read the room.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's try that. I'm going to use demagogue to try and read the room.
Yeah.
All right, D100, here we go. Down the hatch. Ooh.
Okay. So you look around the room and open up your demagogue avatar senses, and normally when you read the room, you read the people in the room, but this room has a personality all its own, in like a way that a room shouldn't. It's very much like curious, like it's curious. It wants to know like how the world works. And it's spiritual is how you would describe it. Like in a way that again a room shouldn't be. You get the sense that something major happened here, which is weird because if something major happened, you are sure you would have heard of it.
Yeah, except for the fact that time quakes keep happening.
Yep. You could try to induce a time quake and see specifically what happened.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a fucking Master Sword lying around in a pedestal, I don't know how I'd manage that one, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a Master Sword in a pedestal lying around?
Can JP roll to try to find a Master Sword in a pedestal?
No, it's not. It's not even there. Stop
It
it.
turns out it's the core of the power plant, so don't fuck with it.
I knew it.
Yeah, someone could try Gutter Magic again. Like, you can keep trying Gutter Magic effects. You just can't repeat the same spell again for the same effect.
Now, to be clear, like we've just explored like one section
Yeah.
of this power plant,
Yep.
right? I mean, could we not also, or are we sure that like whatever we're looking for is here, basically? Like,
I guess we don't
could
know
we
that
not
for
explore the rest of it?
Yeah, you can explore the rest of
a
it.
place where it happened, but you got
Alternatively, you guys could stay here, and JP could just wander off.
Yeah, that's a very full thing to do. JP, would you like to do that?
Sure, I'll leave it up to everyone else if they want to come too, but JP's going to start wandering around.
Alright, go ahead and give me a full roll, by the way, to find something useful.
We really should put a bell on him or something.
I don't think that works.
Oh boy, that's literally 1 point off.
Okay, yeah, no, you're wandering like a good fool would do. You just don't really find anything interesting. You find some pretty rocks. They look like crystals.
Are they glowing?
No.
Oh.
They're just some nice crystals.
Okay. JP's just going to keep looking around then. Unless someone summons him back, I guess.
Frank, you only get experience if you fail. Avatars get experience
Right.
for succeeding
Mm-hmm.
because it conforms with their, yeah. Yeah, so, you could also, all of you could look around and try to search the place. It's just JP generally finds useful things, is his deal.
I'm gonna give a look around. Wait, how do I...
That would be notice.
Notice.
Look around.
So, that is a 50.
Have you used your free flip-flop yet?
Yeah, I
Might
used
have
it in a failure check.
Well, let's see.
I don't think... Unless you think it's related to being forgotten, like someone forgot something.
Yeah, okay.
Are you giving me that?
Yeah, I am.
It's very generous of you. Okay.
Yeah, I know, I'm very nice.
I think I need to redo my rage because it's literally the same as my noble, and I didn't really realize that.
You might want to redo that.
Yeah, it's bad.
So, yeah, you flip it. You find a book on the ground. The name has been, like, it looks like water leaked on it or something, and the name has been blotted out, but the rest of it's still, like, readable. Do you want to read it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Read the gross book.
there's parts that are like recipes for food. There's really bad poetry. Really just atrocious poetry. Part of it's a diary. It's talking about this coven out in the desert that he apparently leads, the author. And then it, starts talking about like going on vision quests and, doing like peyote to go on vision quests, and like the importance of crystals to harmonize oneself for visions quests and stuff like that. And then it says the final entry, talks about, how he and, Star Oak, his brother, are headed out to the power plant, to conduct a ritual that he found on the internet that should allow him to, expand his consciousness and become one with the, invisible masters of the world. And then it's that's the last entry.
Sounds safe.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything went according to plan.
The ritual you see.
I just figured out why this room is the way it is.
So the ritual is, you see that part of it's in the book, but also part of it has been smudged out by the same water damage that has smudged out the name of the person. Okay. Do you want to show this to everyone else, Franklin?
Yes. Also, how much does my character know about Ascension and the Invisible Clergy?
I don't know. How clued in would he be? You can make a knowledge check, I guess.
I suppose. Well, fuck.
You probably know a little bit. You know about the Invisible Clergy, and you know that new archetypes get accepted.
Sure. Yeah, I was basically asking, what's common info? Is it common... I don't know, this is metagame to even reveal it to the rest of the group if they ain't read it. But do I know about the specifics of Ascension?
Sort of. You're not an avatar. You'd have to talk to, an avatar about that, but... you do know.
JP, I'm sure
Yeah, I was
Jesus.
my choices are JP and Brobert.
Yeah, no. Well, you know that, it happens. You know that most of Ascensions aren't, conscious Ascensions.
Well, the Masters of the Universe thing definitely sounds like the Invisible Clergy to anybody.
So, just to be clear, are you in character making this conclusion?
Yes, in character.
All right, I need you to make an unnatural 10 check because you saw a member of the Invisible Clergy using Aura Vision.
I know this is what's coming.
Yeah, you saw the reigning shaman ascended.
Well,
yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything is good.
It's just a member. It's just a member of the Invisible Clergy stared at you and smiled, and that's fine. It's probably fine.
It's probably Stark's brother. So that's interesting.
Yep. Do you want to reveal this information to Raven?
I look at Raven and I'm like, hey. I think to myself, can Raven take this? And then I think to myself, And then I say, hey Raven, did you know that Star Oak's brother ascended to the Invisible Clergy?
Hey, Raven, I need you to make a self-check right now, because how could you have forgotten about, it's a self-10 check, how could you forgot about Star Oak's brother, and you can't remember his name, and he was actually the one leading the clergy, or leading the coven, and how could you do this? So yeah, I need a self-check from you.
What's the invisible
Oh
clergy?
Lord.
Oh boy.
And I've already flipped something. Is there any way I can flip that?
There's no, God, the idea that Stock's demagogue would have gotten as far as he is would not know what the Invisible Clergy is. I love it a lot.
I don't think I can flip that.
Yep. Okay, you get a failed notch on self.
And self. Okay.
Yep. Fight, flight, or freeze.
Please run screaming out of the room. It'd be so good.
Freeze.
You freeze. Okay. Yeah, Raven, you freeze. You can't remember his name. You should remember his name because he's the one that led your coven, and he's the one that introduced you to Magic. And how could you forget? He was the most important person in your life. And then you realize, how could Star Oak forget? He was his older brother. You're having a bad moment. So Raven is stock still. So yeah. This is the area where someone ascended into the Invisible Clergy. And as a result, there's a lot of unnatural phenomena here. And the world's not exactly, in sync with the other parts of the world. It's a little thin. So, what do you guys want to do? Except for Raven, who's too busy needing a moment.
Brobert is going to also try to look around.
Oh boy.
Yeah, JP's still wandering around, so.
Okay.
Okay, so I would roll against notice, right?
Yep, you'd roll against notice.
Alright, I have 2 hardened notches in notice, so I would make it what would I have to beat? Would I have to beat a 55 or?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright. Roll D100. Give me that money. No whammies. Yes.
Yeah, you find some like crystals that would probably be used for Reiki. And some candles, but like they've been burned down to the stub. But besides,
Ricky?
oh my fucking god!
Oh my fucking god, you can't say that. That's the narrator who said the word.
Yes, only JP can hear the narrator. That's cool.
I hate it so much. So yeah. No, the important, like, plot item has been found, so there's not much here.
We figured out what this place is. I don't know what we do with it.
Well, places that, I guess everyone can make a knowledge check to see what you've heard in the all-call underground.
I mean, I think out of character I know something more, but I don't remember if my in-character knows that or not.
Why don't you PM it to me and I can
Yeah, I was going to
confirm.
say I'll PM. Yeah, let's see, where the hell even are you? I've got way too many.
I think I failed mine.
JP failed, which is
Let me roll
appropriate.
first.
Yeah, you guys are bad at knowing things.
Are you God? I really am, though.
Okay. No, I'm using
They're all to
my
us.
flip for this because
Johnson
I'm
wants to
professor.
know. Yeah.
I'm a professor.
Alright. Yeah, Johnson. Frank, go ahead and PM me that thing, and I'll confirm or deny. Johnson, you've heard in the all-call underground that, like, when, people ascend to be archetypes in the statosphere, they, first off, where it happened, reality gets kind of thin, because it was, for a very brief moment, touched by the collective unconsciousness of humanity. And second off, they leave behind an artifact of crazy power. And based on, like, what you've heard about the Ascended whoever, because you don't know the archetype, his deal was food and, like, New Age bullshit. So, probably that gross vegan meal that you have pictures of on the conspiracy board, they probably want that.
Okay, that was actually my question, was do we...
Yeah,
Okay.
no. The conspiracy board is something that your characters, like, plotted together for weird reasons, but yeah.
Listen, we got a Joseph Joestar spirit photo of that food.
Yeah. You don't know what it does. You also know that, like, reality's a little thin here, so the fact that they bought this land, the Fast Food Cabal, does not bode well for what they want to do. Because with enough power, you could, I don't know, do some bad shit with
There's
a
no way to, like,
magical
siphon
nuke.
or move... No. What am I even saying? That's a terrible idea. There's no way to siphon or move the power somewhere else.
Okay.
You could do a ritual.
That seems like I'm inviting myself to get my head blown up scanner style. Like,
I cannot confirm or deny.
I will be.
Raven, you start to feel better.
Force me to become vegan.
Raven, you're feeling better.
Okay.
Well, better. You forgot a major person in your life, so better. Okay. So yeah, sorry, Heave, you had something you wanted to say?
If I were a vegan, where would I hide my ultimate food?
Just real quick, Star Oak was here when shit went down.
Should we go get Star Oak from the hospital?
People know that. I do not know that.
No, you do know that because you saw the weird vision of
Yeah, we
the
saw
dude.
him here.
I'm racist against vegans.
So, yeah, I guess the next step is to go to Star Oak and make him have an identity crisis, and then ask if he knows where the greatest plate of spaghetti ever is.
Add 6 to your Cabal objective for figuring this out.
Hell yeah. Add 6.
Let me write that in.
I love to add 6.
Wow, what a bad.
Yeah, that was not the best roll.
Can't all be winners. What are you guys up to?
35%.
We're
That's not
almost
bad.
halfway.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
unless anybody has something else to do with the nuke plant, I say we go back to Starro.
Good
Was he
idea.
unconscious before?
He was at the hospital.
Right, but he was conscious at the hospital.
Sorta, yeah, probably.
And I bet he's probably still there and just fine. If we go see him, he'll be there available to us.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Frank, you have a good idea. You should go there.
Just out of curiosity, if we're leaving, is Frank like telling everyone about the thing, or is he just telling Raven?
Oh, I figured if I told Raven the words I said out loud, it would kind of clue everyone else in. But
Yeah.
maybe not.
Well,
Yeah, you guys.
weren't right
Yeah, that's
there,
fair. You weren't.
so-
I fill you in as best as I am able to.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have any effect on you guys because you never knew in your entire life Star Oak's brother.
And you didn't see
and-
the dude. Only I did, I guess.
And
Maybe
also,
yes.
I don't think JP knows what the invisible clergy is.
Yeah, it's really cool that the two avatars in the party have no fucking idea where they get their powers from.
Yep.
No, it's great. I mean, we have the avatar of the fool and the avatar who also happens to be a fool.
And also the avatar of the fool.
Yeah, we've got the Avatar of the Fool and also this actor.
Nice. So,
If people ain't got any objections, I'm gonna say hospital. Double time.
Hospital. Let's do it.
Yep.
So, yeah, you drive to the hospital. And Raven's probably going to have to do this because she was the one there, but the nurse is not exactly willing to release patient information, so if Raven would like to make a appeal, probably a connect.
Just use a spell.
Or a spell, yes.
I mean, I could also...
I mean,
One of my identities is quiet, and it's not like he's in some sort of really secret ward or something, I'm assuming.
No, he's
Can
in
I
the lockdown ward for insane people. No, he's not in a secret ward.
Right. For a second I was like, wait.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you could try to sneak up.
And we kind of know where he is, because... Well, Raven would know what room he was in, right?
Yeah,
they
Raven
wouldn't
was.
necessarily have been
So-
next to each other.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, because I'm quiet, of course I can sort of walk in and not get noticed and just sort of walk to the place.
Alright, go ahead and roll quiet, because that's got secrecy. Substitutes for secrecy.
Hey, that passes.
But the only problem is, what about everyone else? Because we all just walk in, that's more noticeable.
Yeah, so,
No, I'm
Well, you
wearing-
guys can also try to get in, like, correctly if you want.
I'm wearing entirely too much tweed to sneak.
Okay, no, JP's got a plan. He's gonna go up to the receptionist or whatever, turn up the charm, and explain that, he heard that, hello, you met, no, me, I am actor JP Lapierre. I heard that there is, an injured fan of mine, and I came to see him at this, hospital.
alright, go ahead and roll that, I guess, you weirdo. I keep tabs on all my fans, so I can see them in hospital.
I like to be in
Uh,
hospital.
Is
I
that
can
your...
put that.
Yeah, that's your obsession skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you flip it. Okay, it's always so nice when, actors visit their, fans, their injured fans. So you head up, real quick though. Chuck, you get up there first, just in time to see a, dude in a wheelchair. Give me a notice check.
Okay.
A dude in a wheelchair in
Nice.
a hospital?
No.
Well, it's kind of important
That does not pass.
Okay, yeah, you see a dude in a wheelchair being pushed by two men dressed in suits. And
Well,
then you
he's
get,
probably not important or anyone I'm
Yep.
going to know. Hi.
Have fun.
so, you get into the room and it's empty. It's empty.
No.
Yeah, and then the other people get there and it's also empty. But, yeah. What would you like to do?
I should have asked those people wheeling the dude in the wheelchair.
And then you smack yourself in the head. Shit, fuck me.
I run after them?
Yeah, you can, yeah, fitness.
Yeah, that's not something I'm great at. Oh,
yeah, I know, it's really good. You're making all the good choices. I mean, you also have McGick. Oh, are you? Alright, we're gonna break out the contest rules, which, are basically there's
I yell, before I run, I'm like, they just took him. And I run, and I'm like,
okay.
Follow me.
JP's gonna follow. Should I roll, or?
Yeah, hold on. So we're gonna use here we go. So there's, we started the middle step. Hold on,
How unlikely is it that while we're running, I take out, my DS and start creating a man in a suit in scribble knots? Just in case.
Gotta get that scribble knots in.
We'll probably have to make you do a roll there. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 5 different stages of the gridiron. We're gonna use the gridiron stuff, which you start in the middle, and then someone makes a roll and it pushes it towards one of the end zones. So one end zone is, you catch the guy. The other end zone is they get away.
Okay.
So you've started it, so you've moved one step towards catching the guy, and they're going to try to not get caught, so they're going to roll to notice. Okay, so they see you, and they start to speed up. So, so I guess, you want to make a dude on your DS while you're running to cast a spell on this guy.
I'm not totally sure. It wasn't necessarily I wanted to be prepared in case I had to cast a spell.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
I was going to suggest maybe it would be better if Chuck focused on casting his magic and someone else focused on actually chasing the people down.
Is there one person pushing the wheelchair?
Yeah, there's just one person.
Okay. I was going to say, it'd be weird. I don't know how you'd have 2 people pushing a wheelchair.
I thought you said there were 2 people in suits, though.
There's 2 people, but they're not.
Yeah, one of them's pushing the chair, the other one's just walking beside it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to make a representation of the dude pushing the wheelchair, and also, if that means I fall back a bit, I'm assuming other people are also running with me?
Yeah, that's fine. So, let's have someone else do something. Well, Chuck is desperately trying to use scribble knots to cast some McGick. Who wants to even the odds a bit?
I do.
Alright, Brobert, how do you want to even the odds?
I have no idea. I think he would try to, I think he would try to also run, but he is more of a politician, so I imagine he would commandeer the car and try to drive next to the people and tell them to stop.
Not in a car. You're in the hospital.
Yeah, are we in a hospital?
So
we're still in the hospital.
Yeah, you're walking in the hospital. You're gonna run after him? Okay.
Yeah.
You could also try to tell a nurse.
Use a gurney and then.
Okay, so that's just fitness then, which you might actually be good at. Yeah, you got a 50% chance. So.
All right, rolling me a fitness. D100 and no.
Okay,
no.
Yeah, so it pushes them one way towards their side of the gridiron. So you're starting to lose them.
Can JP give it a try?
Yeah, JP, what do you want to do?
Good fitness. JP is going to, so a while back he had a bit part in a movie where he had to do parkour.
Oh my god.
So he knows a thing or two about indoor parkour.
Sure you do.
Wait, I still haven't used my free flip, so I'm gonna do it.
Alright, so JP, you're still caught up with them, and Frank, once everyone's had a turn to act, we'll come back around to your character.
Fair enough.
Professor Johnson, is there something you'd like to do?
Shit.
Someone could investigate the room and see if they left any trace. If not, everybody wants to run after them.
I just am imagining like a stream of people running after a dude in a wheelchair. It's very good.
Hey, are you still carrying like a Phrenology bust?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Through a hospital? Just wondering.
Yes.
It's making
Great.
a comeback.
Cool. So, Professor Johnson, what are you up
I
to?
like that none of us asked you about it.
You're all weirdos, so like,
Yeah, realistically, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask about that. He won't shut up about it. Probably that Zodiac killer thing again.
so yeah.
Yeah, Fisk. I was character, but Fisk had a good idea of just investigating the room.
You can do that.
Assuming it's going to be a knowledge.
Probably more of a notice, because knowledge is recalling things.
Yes. Well, I tried.
It's all anyone can ask. And you succeeded,
Hey.
so, yeah, so, the first thing you notice is that, like, you notice a syringe on the ground, which presumably is full of something, or was full of something that knocked out, Star Oak. So, like, they probably kidnapped him, and, like, knocked him out, and not officially checking him out of the hospital. There's also one of them dropped a receipt for a fast food place. And you notice that it is the Heart Attack Grill, which you know for a fact is owned by the Fast Food Cabal. So you know that, like,
Poo-poo.
what?
Poo-poo.
Yeah, that definitely is what it sounded like.
Yeah, so,
No, my headset reset itself again.
oh, okay.
There's a little call out to the people pursuing them. He's sedated, so don't be afraid to toss him around. He'll go limp and roll through the impact.
Holy shit. Okay. Raven.
It's science facts.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
The
That's
one
fine.
car crash I never say just go limp.
Nice. Yeah, Raven, what do you want to do? That doesn't move you towards any way, but it does, like, give you options. Sorry, go ahead.
If we lose them, we know where they might go, I guess.
So let's see. I think I'm going to grip the pendant that I have around my neck
Oh, boy.
and pray to the gods that that the
Okay.
people we're chasing will be hindered.
Okay. Are you trying to do Gutter McGick? Or a Death McGick? Because a Death McGick, yours requires you have food that you carry with you and put in your face. Like, you could do it.
Let's say I made like a packet of like a granola bar.
That is fine. So what spell are you?
And I carry that around with me.
Yeah, what spell are you casting?
Does it have to be one from the book,
Yeah,
or are those just ideas?
No, it needs to be one from your book for your gourmeturgy. So,
I mean,
how many minor charges do you have? Because you could just cast
I've got plenty.
disagreeable on them and make the food in their tummies go insane.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can cast that. I've definitely got more than 3 minor charges.
Okay, so go ahead and roll gourmeturgy, your skill or identity.
Okay.
And which one are you casting it on? You can flip that, by the way, because it's your obsession
Okay.
skill.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna cast that one on I'm gonna cast that one on the one who's pushing the wheelchair.
Okay. So, He takes 6 damage as the food in his stomach starts trying to kick his ass. And
Oh my god.
That's literally how the spell works.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
he, freezes in pain and, like, bends over because it also causes an unnatural 5 check, which he failed. So he stops pushing, and the other guy looks at him, and the dude that's tummy is going nuts starts, like, vomiting as the food projectiles out of his mouth to get away from him. So, good job, Raven. You've used 3 charges, 3 minor charges. Cool. And the dude's vomiting, so he's out of, like, the fight because he also froze in pain. So you are 1 step closer to stopping him. And Franklin, what is Chuck Greene doing?
So wait, is there anybody pushing the cart?
Yeah, the other guy is now very
that's
rapidly pushing, and actually, I
Okay.
guess I'll roll his fitness, but yeah, no. He's continuing not being very effective. So what would you like to do, Mr. Greene?
So I've created a representation. I guess maybe as I see the one dude fall over, I modify it a bit to look like the other dude.
Sure. Well, they're just kind of faceless dudes in suits, so they're sort of
Fair enough.
interchangeable.
Yeah, they're NPCs, so whatever.
Nice.
So I think it takes me a charge to assign Mystic. Yeah, okay. So at 1 charge to assign Mystic equivalence between the 2, and then 2 charges to cast the spell. So yeah, then I spawn a stick of dynamite in front of the character.
Jesus.
Oh no.
And,
No.
What is this spell called again?
Okay, so this spell is called Video Games Cause Violence, and it says, this Ludomancy Minor Blast works like a voodoo doll. And I injure a representation of your target in a video game, and you'll take wound points equal to the sum of the die, and they'll take it in the form of whatever damage the representation took. I'm not really
Great.
trying to kill him, but I want him too far away from the machine.
Yeah,
The
okay,
machine
great.
Wield,
Go ahead and roll for that.
that's 8.
Yeah, okay. So, you dropped dynamite in front of him?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna take 8 damage, and then he's going to succeed on his unnatural check, but he goes tumbling sideways, because one of those, like, heart monitor machines explodes next to him.
Oh, is that like something actually explodes? I just
Yeah, no, it's
fly away.
a way that it happens somehow translates to real life with your video game voodoo. And he goes, shit, fuck, and, he's not in, the machine thing goes ping. It explodes for some reason. So he's still, actually no, you've successfully got it to your end zone that you wanted to go down to. And he's bleeding a little bit because the thing exploded and doctors are swarming him. So, Star Oak is still knocked out in the wheelchair. Do you want to go pick him up?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that maybe our plan is to, like, I don't know if this is totally up to me, but my plan would be to grab him and look like we're not involved with that and we're just running away from that explosion that just happened. How crazy that an explosion happened. Whoa, I don't know what caused that.
Explosions, they're
So weird.
insane. Why do they happen?
Why do they happen?
It really is
It's kind
very
of
strange
unusual.
that happened, but it was a lucky coincidence, my friend.
Light and force of explosion? Why?
Alright, so, you grab Star
A
Oak.
number of explosions for a politician.
Yeah,
but
well,
it's-
I think JP would be the first one there because he was the one who was actually successful
Yeah.
coming after them, right?
Yeah, you grab him.
Yeah, he's gonna grab Starface or whatever.
Starface.
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 My son's
Yes.
Starface.
one of the
And-
lamer Superman villains.
He'll just sort of carry him back to
Yeah, what are you,
other people.
what are
I
you
don't
gonna
know,
do with
back-
him?
I mean, JP probably would just carry him back to where the other people are. So I don't know, unless someone stops him.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, in a grander sense, where are you? Yeah, no, Frank, that's a real children's book for children to read with their eyes.
More like Richard Scar me for life.
Jesus.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yep, okay, anyways. Where, I meant in a bigger sense, where are you taking him? Like, cause obviously, yeah, to the car, then where
Oh,
you?
okay. Well,
I'm
I
going to
was,
say we're
I-
discharging this man
someone
early.
was gonna stop us from taking him from the hospital, but I guess maybe not. If he
They're
was gonna do
distracted
that
from the
anyway.
explosion.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, all
pretty
right,
distracted,
let's
cause
take
another
him outside,
another guy's vomiting up vomit and also blood from the potential energy of food in his stomach turning into actual kinetic energy, so.
And also, I'm going to say, like, outside of specific sections, like where they keep babies or where they keep really contagious people, hospitals do not have great security.
Yeah.
You can just walk around in them. Like, there's nothing stopping you.
Hospitals, they're crazy.
Yes, I was thinking more because there was just an explosion. But, okay, yeah, sure.
If we look panicked and run from the explosion, like we're trying to get away, which you would because you have no idea why that explosion happened.
Well, no, because JP is used to working around explosions.
True.
He can't tell the real explosions from the fake ones anymore.
He's a classic triple threat.
You know that you walk away from them and you don't look.
I know, exactly. No, as the explosion happened, JP quickly turned away.
Yeah, she walks the other direction for like 2 seconds and it's like, okay, explosion's going. Okay.
Okay, so let's just take him to the car or whatever, I guess.
Alright, where are you gonna hide him? Cause he starts coming to. So where are you taking him?
Oh, not in the car, but like where are we taking him?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
He would like to go home to his weird hidey hole.
That's not gonna happen.
Maybe, Raven's restaurant? That's sort of our default place.
It is our default place, which may be the issue.
Let's
see. Yeah, I don't know. They probably know where all of us live now, huh? Does anybody have a place that, like, isn't on the internet? Or, like, easily findable on the internet or an address?
Well, Starro
Jake
does live in a mine.
Oh, so, like, they wouldn't be able to vote there.
But that's like the most, I mean, they don't necessarily know that we're the who took him, right? Whereas they know.
Oh, they're gonna make an educated guess.
I suppose. I don't know. I guess in that case, somewhere like somewhat public would probably be better. Like,
I mean, basically, I think our choices are Star Oak's weird ass mine or Ideal Pizza, the only place that doesn't hate us.
I imagine the hotel would pretty much hate us immediately.
fair.
The hotel
that where I think JP might live in like a fucking hotel or something.
Yeah, that's true. I guess a hotel is kind of safe.
Yeah, well, it would be. I mean, especially like a hotel over a fucking casino or something in Las Vegas. Like, there are always people.
Yeah, no, that would be a very good place for JP to stay. Actually, it's within Archetype, so.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like an actual thing.
Yeah, it is.
Stay in, like live in hotels in Las Vegas.
Probably. Why not?
So that's three choices. I don't know what are people's votes.
A hotel idea sounds pretty good.
Yeah, let's hide him in a hotel. Nobody will ever get suspicious there.
And then it turns into the sweet life of Zach and Cody.
And meanwhile, I'm going to take my car and very quickly stop by my place and pick up my best PC.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I want to, and like, I don't know, a couple other, whatever else I can shove in my car real quick, video cam wise.
Alright.
Yeah,
And I'm willing to make a stop for anyone else who wants to grab whatever shit they think they might need McGiggly.
I need food. I need to grab some food for my place, just in general.
So yeah, I'll take you in my car and we'll stop at your place too and grab whatever you might need. And also, let's not be too specific, so later we can say we grabbed it.
Yeah, that's fine. So, we will end the session there, with, Star Oak coming to, and he looks around and he says, where am I? Some dudes some guys came to the place and they wanted to know where the food was. The food, do you understand? And then he passes out because he's a tuckered tot.
No.
Speaking of food, I'm hungry. Where are we gonna get some?
Do you think that we should we tell him that his brother became a priest?
Holy shit! Alright, cool, that's where we're ending it, folks. That was really good.